What's going on, guys? So I want to sit here and talk to you about why I decided to stop collecting Pokemon cards for the time being. So it's not forever. I'm hoping that it's not super long either, because I do like collecting Pokemon cards. But the state of Pokemon TCG right now is just in the worst state in terms of somebody who is just an average collector and wanting to try to find product on the shelf like you should be able to do. You know, right now you have to have like a tracker on Discord or Twitter or Facebook groups to be able to know when restock is happening. Or you have to be at GameStop on Fridays when they drop new product, and you're still sitting in this long line praying to God that there's going to be product by the time you get there. And, you know, you got to be there either the night before or you got to be there like 3 hours before they open and pray to God there's going to be something there for you. And then not only from that, you also have all of the other people in the general public who are, you know, just buying up all the product at like a Walmart or a Sam's Club. And you got people fighting over each other at Sam's Club or Costco or other places that they sell them. And it is just, it's stupid. It's absolutely stupid. Like even the vending machines that have Pokemon cards, you got people sitting there in supermarkets as people walk by. And they're just buying up all the products, or they're waiting for the person to stock them. And then I'm sure there's people out there that know the manager and they're paying the manager off or somebody. That way they can get all the product without even hitting restock. And it's just it's exhausting. I want to be able to go into a store, grab a product off the shelf, come home, open it, and enjoy it. I want to have that for my son. I want to have that for my wife. You know, I remember collecting Pokemon cards as a kid, and there's kids that can't even experience that because we got scalpers. You know, we got people buying up everything before they even hit the store shelves, and that's just unfair. Like, to be able to tell your son or your daughter, hey, I'm sorry we can't get you Pokemon cards today, but I'm proud of your achievements. Let's get something else. Like, if they were dead set on getting a Pokemon pack and you can't even do that because they're not available, that's just not right. It's just not right. So there's just a lot of frustrations that I have with the current state of Pokemon's TCG and how things are being played out. And the bubble just keeps getting larger and larger, and I'm waiting for it to pop. It might take 5 years, 10 years before it pops, but when it does, and all this product that people are sitting on, I hope they sit on it for a while and it doesn't move. I want them to feel that regret of them buying up everything and ruining the enjoyment and the dopamine that other people could have had, all because they wanted to triple or quadruple the price that it currently was at that point. It's just like stocks. Everything's going to crash at some point. So I'm waiting for the Pokemon TCG hype to finally crash at some point, so that way us consumers can go back to enjoying TCG or Pokemon TCG. And it just sucks at the state that it is right now. It really does. So that's opened up the floor for me to kind of go back into some of my other TCGs that I was collecting or that I've been interested in. But before I get into that and kind of show you guys what it is that I'm going to be collecting more heavily, one of the last things that I do want to mention is that the local brick and mortar stores, the smaller local game stores, I feel like they get hurt the most. And the reason why I say this is because they are at the mercy of the distributors. The distributors set the price, they have to pay the price, and they still have to make a profit, so they up the price even more. And, like, I can't be mad at them unless they are legitimately doing it to also get more profit. Like, if their distributor is not dealing them dirty, but they're dealing the customer dirty, I don't support that. So I got a couple of stories. First one is back in like the, I would say, COVID time when the Digimon card game, when that was being reintroduced, and we had the first starter decks that were coming out. I was really excited about it, and I wanted to learn it and find it and everything. Well, I found the 3 starter decks, and they were all different prices, which kind of threw me off. The local game store, they had it set for 3 different prices because all their prices were being based off of TCG player prices. I never bought anything from them. I will never step into their store ever again, because if you are using TCG prices only for everything, I will never support your store. You should be able to still stay afloat and sell things at MSRP and not just using TCG player prices for stuff that is brand new, not secondhand, brand new. So that I was already gone. The other one, quite recently, is another store. They had Pokemon packs for Mega Evolution, $15 a piece. I couldn't swing it. Granted, TCG was not their only thing. I was able to support them elsewhere, but I just can't swing $15 for one booster pack. I just can't do it. And that's what I really hate about the distributors. They are dealing these stores dirty because they want to be greedy. Now, again, they might be the middle person. They might also have a higher ticket price from the Pokemon company themselves. There's a lot of hands in this cookie jar, and there's a lot of fingers that can get pointed in different directions in a lot of different scenarios. I don't own a TCG store, so I don't know the ins and outs. This is just stuff that I've done through research because I eventually would like to open up a TCG/gaming store in the future. So I like to kind of understand how this market works a little bit, and correct me on anything that I may be incorrect on in the comments, but that is kind of how I'm gathering the information. So I can't be entirely mad at these local game stores on how they're doing the prices, but this bubble needs to pop because people need to be able to enjoy this hobby. They need to enjoy the cards and stuff like that. And even with like card vendor events, those are also another thing too, where resellers are just skyrocketing everything. We had gone to the Game and Geek Expo, I think it was this year, and my wife had gotten a ETB, I believe it was, and without even telling us, they cut the seal, and they sold it at MSRP, so I can't be mad about the price, but they didn't disclose that they were going to cut the seal. I have a sealed collection on some things. I love collecting ETBs. That's one of my favorite things to collect with the Pokemon game. And I just love the box art. I love keeping it sealed and stuff like that. And if I ever needed to sell my collection, I would. But I don't have pallets full or stacks full of the same type of ETB. I just have 1, maybe 2. And if I never ever plan to sell them later on, then it's fun to go back and reopen some older sets with my son and with my wife. So even if I have a sealed collection, it doesn't mean that I'm a scalper or anything like that. And I would have been so pissed if they would have opened the seal and not said anything. So she didn't have a problem with it because she was going to open it up anyway. I would have had a problem with it because I wanted to keep it sealed, because I like to have 1 sealed and 1 to open. The other thing that I want to try to do in the future, which I was trying to do right now, was getting every single Pokemon pack in English. Just 1. Just to have 1 of every single pack. And that makes it hard to do when you can't find it. So, with that whole rant out of the way, let me show you what it is that I'll be collecting a bit more because I can find it. So the first thing is Lorcana. As a huge Disney fan, Pixar fan, Lorcana has been such a blast to collect. And I've dabbled a little bit in playing it, but I'm having way more fun collecting this. And with the most recent set that has come out, which is this bad boy right here, and I can't wait to break into Whispers in the Well. It's got gargoyles, it's got an awesome Hades card that I'm chasing for. Absolutely love Hades. He's one of my favorite villains in Disney's movies. So it's cool to see him a little bit more in a lot of other types of sets with Lorcana, but oh man, I can't wait to break into that. And then the other thing is I'm able to find a ton of Yu-Gi-Oh stuff. You know, the Retro Pack. I can't wait to break into Retro Pack 2. I had Retro Pack 1 back when it came out. But like a lot of these things, I have one. I don't have any additional ones of these. I just have one. So like they're easy to find, and like I might pick up another one here and there, but like Yu-Gi-Oh is so cheap. It's so easy to find. And even if I bought it on eBay, a lot of the booster boxes are under $60, $70. You don't see that anymore with Yu-Gi-Oh! Or sorry, with Pokemon. Like, Lorcana, a little bit up there, 120, 100, but I mean, it is also new and it is Disney. Disney, you pay a little bit of that premium, so it kind of comes with it. But like when it first came out, the Chapter 1 boosters, $200 for the booster box. So it's nice to see it kind of come down a little bit. But Lorcana is definitely going to be my heavy one that I start like collecting more. Currently I'm hunting a bunch of Big Hero 6 cards because I love Big Hero 6, love Baymax, such an awesome character. And I love the Big Hero 6 movie. But there's a lot of stuff with Lorcana, and I kind of got a little glimpse of what might happen in next year's sets, and I bring in Toy Story. Toy Story is a big one to me as a kid. Absolutely love it. My son, he's kind of getting into it, so we're watching the Toy Story movies. It's getting kind of fun, but Buzz Lightyear as a chase card, yes, man. Let's do it for sure. But yeah, like this gets me excited, and like with the new format of Yu-Gi-Oh, with the Genesis format, that's getting me back into wanting to actually compete in it. For the longest, I took like a 15-year hiatus from trying to even play competitively with Yu-Gi-Oh, and that was because they brought in like link summoning. I wasn't really a huge fan of the what was it? I wasn't a huge fan of synchros, and then wasn't a huge fan of Pendulum, I think it was. Yeah, when they brought all those like Pendulum, link summoning, synchro summoning, I kind of like dipped out a little bit. But yeah, it's nice to see Genesis is kind of bringing more of that boomer Yu-Gi-Oh. that's what I saw someone put in the comments. They called it boomer Yu-Gi-Oh format for us old guys to come back and play some Yu-Gi-Oh. So it's nice because you can't do Pendulum, you can't do link summoning. So it's gonna be cool. But yeah, I just want to get on here and talk about it and kind of share it and everything like that. And I would love to have the conversation with you guys in the comment section below. So feel free to, chat it up, and also give your own input on the whole thing with the Pokemon TCG. Like, are you taking a break from it? Are you deep into it? Do you have connections to where you find stuff? Like it's an interesting time for TCGs. But that's all I got for right now, guys. All this stuff I'll eventually be opening on the channel, so be on the lookout for that. And I got some more discussions that I want to talk about, but I wanted to get this big one out because this has been on my brain for a while, and I just kind of have to vent it out a little bit. So if you watched it all the way through, I appreciate it. But if you enjoy this video, be sure to hit that subscribe button. Be sure to subscribe in general if you're interested in TCGs, retro gaming, stuff like that. And, we'll have some fun on this channel. But thank you guys so much for listening to me ramble, and I'll see you all in the next one. Take care.